Hey guys, my name is Michael or Kubera. Today's a pretty crappy day in Poland, and today we're discussing about Upwork and blockchain certifications. So this is going for every freelancer out there and every individual who's interested in earning money in cryptocurrency and being involved in the crypto sphere, but you don't want to try your hands. There's so much risk going on with that. When you're working in cryptocurrency, it's a completely different deal because most likely you're actually going to make 10 to 25% more, even if you're not a developer working with blockchain. Now, how do you do that? Well, the best way is to get certified. So we're going to go through a Medium article. Absolutely fell in love with Medium as of late. I've been looking for some extra cash on Upwork. I've used it before, both as a freelancer when I had a marketing agency. There was a startup a few years ago, but it didn't really work out that well. And as a client. So I've seen both sides of Upwork. So we're going to go into both that and the certifications, which I myself am interested in. So all the links will be down in the description below, and let's get into it. Let's roll the intro. So let's begin with Upwork first. I typed in cryptocurrency jobs, and I wouldn't really recommend Upwork to search for cryptocurrency jobs or gigs. This is more for gigs, so it's part-time stuff. However, there are job posts, I guess. It should be on some other website. Upwork is mainly for freelancing. It's not for searching for employees. However, there's some positions that look like they do match up for that. For example, this one, an MBA trained individual needed to help launch a digital asset. So launching a cryptocurrency is going to be more than 6 months. However, it's entry level. I'm looking for freelancers with the lowest rates. So that's interesting. Maybe he just chose the wrong category right there. He's already purchased over $1,000 worth of freelance stuff. And this says it's less than 30 hours per week, but you have to be with an MBA. So that's pretty crazy right there because you're searching for a freelancer who's spent years and years to get that MBA out of university. You want to pay them the lowest rates. You want somebody that's looking for long-term stuff that's over 6 months. You have to be specialized in cryptocurrency or at least have an interest in that. So obviously there's going to be less people who are actually going to apply for this, and you can't work more than 30 hours per week. Now, if it was less than, let's say, 50 hours per week or less than 40 hours per week, it would be very close to like a full-time job. But this, less than 30 hours per week, it might be 10 hours, it might be 20 hours, something like that. And looking through the tags, well, I just see that the location has to be Florida. So that's also a preferred qualification. It's not that you need to be there. But if this is remote, where a lot of these jobs are being remote, I really don't understand this. So very interesting. And I found something that's absolutely amazing. So we're just going to have a little bit of a laugh here because some of these Upwork proposals are absolutely preposterous. And we're going to see something on Reddit somebody else posted, and you guys will understand what I mean by that. Welcome to the most insane job in 2020. This is on the Upwork subreddit. So you should have made $1 million. You should have also helped customers make $1 million. You should work for this client who boasted 99 jobs and spent only $1,000, blah, blah, blah. Why on earth would a $1 million dropshipper who's able to make $1 million for other people would ever work for this client for a measly $80? And that $80 isn't even yours because Upwork takes 20%. So great. You don't even get the full 80. You've made $1 million twice because you've helped somebody else make that $1 million. So really, somebody who might have made $5 million over their entire career with dropshipping, specifically dropshipping, and you also have to have social media marketing in there as well, using Facebook ads. All right, I get it. Some dropshippers prefer Google ads, but all right. So this might be fake. This might be from a teenager who thinks that they're going to become the next millionaire, but I've seen client proposals like this where it's absolutely ludicrous. So obviously not every Upwork post is going to be good, just as on the other side you have some really bad freelancers who are trying to farm as many proposals as they can for like $2 or $3 an hour, because over there where they live in like Bangladesh, it's perfectly fine. Now, as a client once, I actually had a lady from Bangladesh who handled all my emails, and I paid her $4 an hour, so she made 80% of that, and it worked out well for her. She was perfectly fine. It was part-time. It worked out well for me. This was a long time ago, a few years back, but I had thousands of emails to go through. Didn't want to use bots for them, wanted them personalized, and I thought this would be the best approach. made profit off of that. So that was pretty good. For those wondering, that was a fitness supplement business that I had. I was running that with a partner of mine through a forum that we met together, and each lead would bring in around $50, $60. So $4 per hour for her, and that's my expenses right there. Didn't even have to do that much work. I mean, the landing page was already set up and all that, so within the first month there was actually a lot of work to get everything going and to get the leads, but after that it was kind of like, all right, let's look for another business, and this is just going to run in the meantime. Now, we're going to look through all of the crypto positions here. There's only 2 pages. We have a bookkeeper needed with Kubera and a WooCommerce. This is for financial accounting. We have copywriting here. You have to be fluent in English. Here is with Salt. So that's very interesting. Salt, a pretty well-known brand. They do have payment verified, but they spent $0 yet. So they're seeking a business intelligence data analytics specialist. So that's pretty cool. It's data mining. You have blockchain crypto dream team needed. All right, so that's kind of weird. We're looking for help with Ethereum smart contracts and Solidity. So that's pretty all right. You have a crypto lawyer, so this is taxes. New adult crowdfunding platform. All right, so this is something NSFW that I guess has something to do with cryptocurrency. That's interesting. Crypto coin deployment. All right, there we go. That's what it is. You have a crypto payment web portal. You have more taxes. You got a web dev. You have content writer, copy, not just content writer, blogging, a full stack engineer. There's only 11 jobs found, and I've already made a video on how to find work for cryptocurrency companies, depending on where you live, because in America there's completely different websites than for Europe, but there's websites for every location out there. Obviously, some countries are going to have less jobs, but Upwork was just fun. Oh, there's 13, so 2 new jobs were added. You got article writers, a research analyst. So one of these that came up was a startup consultant with contacts needed. I thought, this is interesting, right? So we have a patented live video platform startup that is testing over 90%. See Me Live TV. We have the code about finished. And when I went to go watch the YouTube video, where here it is, so we have 508 views, 6 likes. This is how the video looks like. So first off, the voice, I'm not going to do it for copyright issues, but I'm going to have all the links down in the description below so you can view it for yourself. The voice actor is bad, or maybe it's just the guy who invested $200,000 himself just voicing it. The sound effects are terrible. The video, the font, everything, like even this with the black bars. I mean, when have you seen black bars on this channel? So this is supposed to be a video that investors look at, because this guy's trying to exit with a nine-figure sum right there. Which we're going to see in his description. And here, this was a part of a video that investors are going to look at. Investors, right? And he has a whole thing on his website where investor info. It's password protected. Why SML will be huge. And this is how the website looks like, right? So, you know, it's not terrible, but it's certainly not anything that. Oh yeah, here's my favorite. Yeah, we got a shark right there, and look at that smile. That smile's like, oh boy, that's a creepy smile. So the way he just worded this, and he spent $30,000 with a $1 hourly average rate paid, and he's spent over 11,000 hours working with freelancers. So this is pretty crazy. 207 jobs posted. This individual probably has some money because they have a good job, or somebody else gave them that money, and that's all right. You know, people are able to make money just fine in one niche, but in another, it might not be so good. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but maybe this might take off. Who knows? This needs a complete redesign over here. But when I see stuff like this, we provide free live video audiences. Well, that's what YouTube, that's what Vimeo, that's what all of these video content platforms are. It's free. Like, you don't really have to pay for that unless it's Netflix, which is completely something different. Movies. We will make See Me Live content producers exceptional videos go viral. So, all right, well, how would you make it go viral in the first place? You need traffic for that. And obviously this website doesn't have that much traffic because the video would have more than 500 views. Anybody's able to get 500 views. We will be able to pay more money to our content producers because of our superior monetization. Well, yeah, well, where is that monetization going to come from, and when? Whoever gets the content wins, and we have the patent and the trademarks. Yes, I mean, anybody's able to start a business, especially if you have money. So I'm looking for a good consultant who knows the right people either to get this funded. I only needed $100,000 using my ICO funding for the rest, or perhaps other strategic partnerships that may help us to get See Me Live launched. There are many ways to get this done, including some strategies that were presented to me by CEO candidates with tremendous resources that would catapult our launch. Of course, like all high caliber CEO candidates that I've met, they want money and equity, and we don't have the money right now. I've gotten to this point with over $100,000 of my own money and about $100,000 from friends and family. So $200,000 that he sunk into this right now. Now I just need to launch it. We really do have a winner. When you show the video to our demographic, which was the video that I showed you, which was this, they love it and want it now. It's very frustrating to be this close and struggle to break through. If you think you have what it takes to help us get launched, know the right stuff and the right people, please reach out to me. We're looking at a quick 9-figure exit. Yeah, quick. All right. I definitely see that. Once you understand what we have, I promise you, you will agree. So this reminds me of like the ICO days. just the writing, that the fact that our intro video is testing over 90%. Yeah, well, maybe you're showing it to the wrong audience. Your friends and family who have invested $100,000 into you. Maybe they invested because you promised them something else, or they invested in something before this website that you actually made money off of, but probably in a different niche, and maybe that went all right. But this definitely needs some work. So this is also going to include a cryptocurrency component. Yeah, the hourly is pretty good though. If you have, please tell me how you are qualified to help us get a project launched. We don't need business plans, pitch decks. We need strategic contacts. So just leads, just straight up leads, and he's going to pay you $50 to $250 per hourly. And he's actually interviewing 7 people. So that's interesting. 5 to 10 proposals. Very, very fascinating with that stuff. Another Upwork listing was blockchain coder needed to recover TUSD Ethereum to ERC20 tokens sent to an incorrect address. I sent Ethereum tokens from my Nano X to an incorrect Bitrex address. I need to recover these tokens ASAP. I'm going to pay you $100, and it needs to be an expert. Well, there's less than 5 proposals, so he's interviewing 4, and he sent out 2 invites. So what's interesting about this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of impossible. Coins sent to the wrong address. Easy user mistakes mean profits for exchanges. Like, what does he want? Does he want these people to hack the exchanges? Exchanges are profiting from easily made user transaction errors, charging large cross-chain recovery fees, or simply not recovering tokens sent to the wrong address. The problem has become more serious recently. So policies vary, but mistakes are easy to make. Many exchanges, such as Hit Bitcoin, have a policy that erroneously sent transactions will not be refunded. Some have a cross-chain recovery policy where support will recover the tokens at a price. For Bitcoin-derived tokens, CoinExchange.io charges a flat 0.05 BTC fee per recovery. So if it's less than that, you're not going to get it back. Bitrex charges 0.1 Bitcoin. So that's a few $100s right there. Bitrex also, I mean, that's close to $1,000 right there really soon because of the price of Bitcoin going up. Bitrex also only recovers amounts over $5,000. So that is an interesting component right there. If it's under $5,000, if it's $4,999, sorry. For Ethereum sent to an ERC20 token address, CoinExchange charges 10% for ERC20 tokens to the wrong address. There's a 0.5 Ethereum recovery fee. At current Ethereum and Bitcoin prices, that's anywhere from $230 to $1,100. Some services will recover for free, others won't. We've reported before how even experienced users can fall foul of these errors. So Bitcoin.com has reportedly helped to resolve some Bitcoin.com wallets BCH to Bitcoin addresses. I mean, if you got it wrong on the platform, they've helped do it for free. Others want a fee, but outside, external third parties, it's impossible. How are you going to hack it? Maybe in 1,000 years. Bitrex's deposit recovery policy. So if you fell through for this for some reason, you're able to read more about this. And not all deposits can be recovered, by the way. So Steam is in there, Ripple is in there, BitShares next. BitShares and Steam are kind of connected. And there's some other policy stuff as well. For example, they're not going to recover ICO funds. Do not use Bitrex warning, accidental transfer of Ethereum to a token address. Bitrex is basically keeping my 40 Ethereum. This was from 2 years ago. Wow, that is pretty bad. And this guy's saying, I double check if I was sending a $35,000 transaction. So good luck to this individual. By the way, if you're interested in working on Upwork as well, I'm going to send over a link down in the description below how to write a winning Upwork proposal. I use this. I didn't write this, so I just thought I'd share that. And we're getting into the meat of this video, which I thought it was funny to have all that. So why you should get blockchain certified, even if you're not a developer. And really, before we even read this, let's go into Reddit. Crypto technology. Are there blockchain-related certifications that are worth anything? I found a few by organizations like blockchaincertification.com, but none by an organization he's familiar with. So a good response here, and this is something you have to keep in mind. Davey says, it makes me think of art degrees. Employers don't value them as much as a good portfolio. Being certified would end up as a line on a CV, so that is great. If somebody is from the corporate world and they're just seeking, you went to this university, you've got this experience, you've got all of these things on your LinkedIn and on your CV resume, and you have to discuss about it in your cover letter and how the interview is going to look like, and they're very black and white, this might help in like those 10% of scenarios. Obviously, not everybody's like that, and the world's changing at a rapid pace right now where people are becoming more open to just normal experience, and especially for stuff like this in this industry, you don't even have to get a university degree, and they're looking kind of away from that. It's more what you know and how you can show that, the proof, all the employers you've had, the experience, and a portfolio, a really good portfolio. So if you're a developer like from GitHub, would be absolutely fantastic. My GitHub was definitely what got me the job, says this individual. Think the A+ or MCP certificates for IT support. Several crypto teams have their own support staff now, and knowing blockchain technology is an important part of being able to do that job. Certifications can help prove that even though a support person is unlikely to have a GitHub. So it really depends. If you're doing more like marketing and stuff that's outside of dev work, then a certification might be really nice. And with that out of the way, the blockchain salary premium. The shortage of blockchain engineers will soon spread across all disciplines: marketing, finance, logistics, and more. On Indeed.com, over 500 blockchain developer positions in the US, 200 in the UK, 90 in Singapore, and more around the world need to be filled. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Our organizational structures, functions, and even governance structures are changing. Non-tech workers should understand basic blockchain functions, and this is the future right here, so it's very important. If you're a marketer, aim to understand token economics and how incentives and rewards work in dApps. Austin Allred is the founder of Lambda School, which has trained tens of thousands of programmers. He says that beyond the superficial hype, devs need to understand the tech under the hood. In other words, what are we actually talking about when moving crypto from point A to point B? The Innovative Training School is seeing high demand for its graduates. So there's a lot of universities that are opening up to cryptocurrency. They're making their own courses. And essentially in this article, they say there's more interest for that. So that's pretty cool. Students who obtain a job paying $50,000 or more then pay a portion of their salary towards the tuition fee. So with that Lambda School, that's pretty cool. I think we're going to see this more in the future, especially with high-paying jobs and good degrees. That is pretty cool because tuition is a huge problem. Or you could just move to Europe where tuition is not really that big of a problem. Even a basic blockchain certification course can boost your pay. Software engineering salaries are boosted 20%. So blockchain engineers make on average between $150,000 and $175,000. The average software engineer without blockchain training makes $137,000. So that's a pretty big difference. Blockchain research scientists are being offered up to $270,000. So you have blockchain courses for the non-techies. Coinbase recently reported that universities around the world have seen a dramatic increase, so that's pretty cool. You have B21block.com, and these are just examples that were from the article. I went to these examples and they look okay. Personally, I think there's some better ones out there. Hopefully there are. I haven't really looked that much into it. I looked into these, and I'm interested in actually finding something. So this is for a future video because we don't want to make this way too long already. It's becoming long, probably like 20 minutes. Where I'm sure there's some certification that would help with freelance stuff or help secure clients if you have a company or help get that job if you're trying to be employed somewhere. It's always nice to learn about courses, but not all courses are good. Some could be scams, some could just not be worth the money. This one, you have to pay for the courses, obviously, but you might receive a monthly coin airdrop, so that's pretty cool. At least this was 2 years ago. I'm not sure how. I don't think that's probably happening anymore. Then you have another one called 101 Blockchains, and we're actually going to go look into that. So here we are, B21 Block, and you have a cryptocurrency mastery course. And this isn't that expensive compared to other courses that I found where they were like $600, $1,000, and this seems pretty decent, right? So I was looking around, I was like, what is the difference between the course and the certification? Where's the certification? I guess you just have to complete one of these courses because when you go to B21 Block, they have other stuff outside of the courses, which is actually pretty good. Here was one on Udemy, and this is 600 PLN, so that's like 150 bucks right there. Not too bad. 101 Blockchains is a little bit easier to find these certifications. You just click certification, and there we go. All right, you have some courses. And this one is a course that's specifically for the certification. It takes 4 weeks, 3 to 4 hours per week, flexible, pretty nice. The quality itself of the video quality isn't that great, so that's not that good. And I don't understand why people make courses like this if the video quality isn't that great itself, but it seems like the information inside is okay. I'm not going to recommend these, obviously, because I haven't looked that much into them. But it's just an example that, yes, there's courses and there's going to be certifications. This is going to be more and more popular with universities who are actually going to produce these courses. But the problem with universities is that they're behind. They're always going to be behind with technological stuff like this. I went to a journalism degree, and they were still discussing about newspapers. That is nice to know about, but it's not that important. This kind of looks crappy, but the main important thing for people who are going to be getting these certifications, whether it's from this website or from other websites who are hopefully going to be better in the future, is LinkedIn, something you can post on your LinkedIn and something you can post on your CV and get talking about. So like I said, we can see a little bit of a green screen, not the best right there. And there was a picture out, here we go. So the lead instructor is Enrico Caminarelli, and he was a founding member of the supply chain finance community, a member of the Italian delegation at the UN Center for Electronic Commerce and Trade Facilitation. Enrico has been widely quoted by publications ranging from American Banker to the Financial Times. He has contributed editorial content to publications such as Supply Chain Europe, served as a consulting editor with the Global Treasurer, and is the author of Measuring the Value of the Supply Chain. So this goes into like supply chain stuff and more like really corporate stuff that is associated with blockchain and cryptocurrency. So that is more for corporate people. Why take the course? It's for senior leadership, advisors, business analysts, program managers, innovation managers. So something just to look into. And our next video is discussing about CoinMarketCap. So $9,632 of BTC right now. Pretty dope. So that was that. Yeah, so that's today's content. If you're excited for more, subscribe, hit that like button, and share your opinion down below. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Bitcoin is chilling at $9,600. Pretty nice. Let's go with crypto. All right, see you guys in the next video. Bye.